Hey guys, welcome to CrossFit FXT. This is going to be your Boxtoberfest 2020 briefing. I'm Coach Keith. This is Coach Megan. We will be your head judges for the event. So if you do have any questions on the day of the event, seek out one of us, and we'll be glad to help you with anything that we can. I want to make a couple notes before we get started. Number one, this is a charitable event that we're doing this year. It's not our normal big competition that we're doing. We're doing this as a benefit for breast cancer awareness, and with all the proceeds going to Coffee County Family Services for breast cancer screening. Now there was an error. I know when you guys were registering, it kept asking you for t-shirts. I want to be clear that there are no t-shirts provided in the $40 entry fee. We want all that money to go to the charitable cause. But we will have t-shirts on site if you would like to purchase those on the day of the event. Second note, space for tailgating. We'll have plenty of space for tailgating in our courtyard or on either side of the building. We will open the gates that morning about 5:30 a.m. for setup. We will not allow anybody to set up the night before, so everybody has an equal opportunity to get space. So if you have a canopy and want to bring your coolers and all that kind of good stuff, we'll have plenty of room for that. There will be no food vendors this year at the event, so make sure you bring your nourishment that you need to get you through the day. The briefing athlete briefing will go off about 7:45 before the event starts. We hope to eliminate most of the questions today with the video, and then that way we'll be able to do a quick run through that morning. At 8 a.m. we'll start our event off with our CrossFit Kids workout. That'll be a short workout. It'll take place in our back room, and then immediately after that we'll start the first heats of the first event. The first event is going to be Pale Ale. We'll go through those in order here in just a minute though. After the first event, we'll have our next level kids. They're going to do their competition WOD after the first event. Guesstimate about 9:15 to 9:30 with that happening based off the current registration level. You guys will get about an hour between each event to recover and rest before you go to your next event. That's our plan, and we'll at least make sure that you've got an hour going on there. Standards. Really what we're going to cover today as we go through this, we'll cover the layout of the workouts, but we also are going to really just cover the standards. That does not mean we're here to cover technique. We want you to do that with your local coach in your gym. They should be available to help you work through those things if you need it. Of course, those of you at FXT, we're here for you guys. And if you need to come visit, we'll help you out. But use your local coach as your resource as much as possible. All right, thanks. We're going to get started on the workout.
CrossFit FXT, going to go over your first workout for the Boxtoberfest. We're right out the gate starting with a chipper called Pale Ale. So the first movement is going to be 30 devil presses. Then you're going into 40 box jump overs, 50 kettlebell swings, and 60 wall balls. Now, with your partner, you can split this up however you choose to, so split at will. The scale for the box jump overs will be step overs allowed. So I'm going to let Coach Keith go over the standards, or I'm going to review the standards with you as Coach Keith demonstrates. With the devil's press, we're going to jump down. Chest and thighs must touch the ground. Jump the feet back to the hands. Full extension at the top. Elbows are locked out at the top. Hips are fully extended. Show me a couple reps. Down. All the way up. There you go. After that, we're going to 40 box jump overs. Now you can split these up again with your partner, however you choose to. Leaving the ground, both feet must touch the box. Jump back over. You do not have to extend all the way back up. To step over, this is your scale version here. All right. The rep completes when you hit the other side of the box. Or I'm sorry, when you reach the ground on the other side. All right. After that, we are going to kettlebell swings. Starting off behind between the legs, all the way to full extension at the top. At the top, elbows are locked out. Kettlebell is completely inverted. And then back down. He's showing you two different ways. We can go standard kettlebell swing, or we can do the snatch. After that, last movement, we're going wall ball. So the wall ball rep is going to begin with the hips below parallel at the bottom. Extension at the top. We must see some of the line with whatever your target is below the ball. And every rep must hit below parallel. Parallel meaning that the crease of the hips is below the knee. And that's it. Those are your movements for Pale Ale, the first workout in the Boxtoberfest.
All right, guys, we're going to go over workout number 2, which is stout. This is going to be a 7-minute AMRAP with you and your partner. relaying on the AMRAP portion of the movement. So it'll go like this, partner, at the beginning of the workout, and then every minute on the minute, you and your partner will perform 4 synchronized bar facing burpees. In your scale division, you can step over that bar. In the RX division, you both must hop over the bar. We'll go over the movement in just a minute. Once we finish that, then partner 1 will begin with 6 deadlifts, 4 hang cleans, and 2 shoulder to overhead. As soon as partner 1 finishes, then partner 2 does the same thing, 6, 4, 2, and then we just keep going back and forth. At the top of every minute, at minute 0 all the way through minute number 6, we'll stop and we'll do those 4 bar facing burpees, and then we pick right back up where we left off on the AMRAP. Your score in this is simply going to be the AMRAP, the rounds and reps that you complete during that 7-minute window. All right, let's go ahead and go over the movements. Coach Megan will be demonstrating for us. So first movement is the deadlift. Our deadlift standards are going to be plates touching the floor at the bottom of the movement. We must stand up to open knees, open hips, shoulders behind the bar at the top of the movement. Open knees, open hips, shoulders behind the bar. Our second movement is going to be the hang clean. On the hang clean, the bar must come down anywhere between the crease of the hip and the top of the knee. When we clean it and catch it, we must stand back up to open knees, open hips, with the elbows flashing in front of the bar at the top of the movement. Then our third movement in that complex is your shoulder to overhead. There's a couple different ways you can complete this. Right now she's doing a strict press. We can do a push press or a push jerk. Either way, our standards are the same. At the bottom of the movement, we're going to see the shoulders touching the bar, touching the shoulders. At the top of the movement, we're going to see the lockout of the arms up right over the shoulders, and the hips and the knees must also be open at the top of that movement before the bar comes back down. So those of you that are push pressing or push jerking, you must make sure you get that full lockout before you begin lowering the bar. If you begin lowering the bar before the lockout, that will be a no rep. Now, to quickly demonstrate the synchronized bar facing burpees, we're going to do that together. The synchronized points that we're going to be looking for on this movement is going to be the chest on the ground together, and then we must jump over the bar at the same time. Okay? If we're doing that as scaled, we can simply step over the bar, but we still must step over at the same time. So again, chest to the floor, we'll come back up, and we'll step over the bar together. That's workout number 2.
All right, guys, here it is. Our last workout for the Boxtoberfest is going to be called Pilsner. Fun one for you. Partner 1 is going to do an AMRAP for 3 minutes. The buy-in is a 35-calorie row for the guys and 25-calorie row for the ladies. Once they finish that, they're going to go into max handstand push-ups. The scaled version for the handstand push-ups is going to be hand release push-ups. Once partner 1 finishes that on minute 3, partner 2 will immediately start into an AMRAP for 3 minutes as well. 35-calorie assault bike for the guys, 25-calorie assault bike for the ladies. Then they're going to go into a max toe to bar for the remainder of that time. The scale for that one will be sit-ups. All right, here are your standards for the first AMRAP. So, calorie row, very simple. Just do not get off the rower until you complete that last calorie. Immediately coming off the rower, we're going to handstand push-ups. Here, we're starting off at full extension. The head must touch the ground. Back to full extension at the tops with the elbows and the hips fully extended. All right, here are the standards for your hand release push-ups. The chest and the thighs must touch the ground at the same time and come off of the ground at the same time. At the very bottom of the push-up, you're going to release the hands completely off the ground, pushing them back into it, full extension at the top. Here's a bad rep. So this is what we call the worm. We are not allowing the worm during the Boxtoberfest. Make sure that we can do a full standard push-up.
All right, so as Coach Megan described to you, at the 3-minute mark, partner 2 will begin their portion of the event. That's going to start on the assault bike. Again, guys going 35 calories, ladies going 25 calories. As soon as they finish, they're going to then move to the rig and begin executing toes to bar. Our standards on toes to bar are going to be feet behind the bar at the bottom. Both feet touch the bar between your hands at the top of the movement. Again, feet behind the bar at the bottom. Both feet touch the bar in between the hands on the top of the movement. Now, for those of you in the scaled division, this becomes ab mat sit-ups. So our standards are going to be shoulders touching the ground on the back side of the movement. Torso must move past the perpendicular line at the front side of the movement. What we always tell people is if you'll just reach out and touch your toes, and you'll never have to worry about that standard. Again, shoulders and toes. All right, guys, that is your standards for all of your events for Boxtoberfest. Good luck, and we'll see you in just a few days.